talking about President Mills on the international circuit, and two different occasions, he turned down first an offer to become AU president or AU chairman, and also turned down another one to become ECOWAS chairman. I'm not saying this to downplay any president that accepted to become AU chairman or ECOWAS chairman. No. It's part of the presidency. But he just chose, and he had reasons for turning it down, and respectfully so. And in turning down the AU one, he recommended the Beninois president, President Yayi Boni, to take up the role. And so Yayi Boni became the chairman of the AU. And President Yayi Boni never forgot that role. And so fast forward when President Mills passed, and he was laid in state at the Banquet Hall State House between the 8th and 10th of August 2012. When visiting heads came, and because I was by the cops all throughout, and one of the reasons why I stood by the cops throughout the 2 days, 3 days of laying in state was that as far as I was concerned, I was still working for the president. Yeah. Duty, the work had not stopped. And as I said earlier, my commitment was to project and protect the president and the presidency. And I recall putting this in the mindset of the Presidential Press Corps. And kudos to them, those young men mainly. And I think there was only one female at the time. Young, enterprising guys. They worked, let me say, for me. And together we worked for the president. And like I was saying, I was by the cops because I had to make sure that certain elements did not just walk in and come and snap pictures of the body and then now go and be using on social media to run all kinds of rubbish commentary. And so between myself and national security, and I'm happy that up to date, 10 years on, you can't really find any shot of President Mills lying in state at the banquet hall because we worked, we protected, and we made sure that mischief did not accrue to any person or persons from the remains of the late president. And so when President Yayi Boni walked in and I saw him weep uncontrollably, I knew that he had lost a real friend and colleague. Also, at an ECOWAS summit in Abuja, it was that day that I realized that, look, this whole presidency thing is not a joke. It's not a tea party. If for any reason somebody becomes president and decides to party with his presidency and surround himself with jokers, that's up to that person and his coterie of jokers and non-starters. But at the end of the day, you'll get exposed because people know what they know and you can't take it away from them. And at that summit in Abuja, so the presidents had closed. It was a one-day summit. And almost all of them, flew in with presidential jets from their respective countries. And I learned something very interesting that day. So when the summit was over and the presidents had to leave Abuja, they left according to seniority. At that time, President Blaise Compaoré of Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso, was the senior most of the presidents in the ECOWAS sub-region. And so he left. And I remember towards the tail end, it was left with only President Mills of Ghana and President Johnson Sirleaf of Liberia. It was when we had to wait, or the President Mills had to wait for President Johnson Sirleaf to depart. Because by that time, President Mills was the youngest in the sub-region. So some of these things has nothing to do with personal feelings. It has everything to do with protocol. Protocol. Established protocols. And if you decide to joke with those established protocols, what you are doing is that you are messing yourself up amongst your colleagues and peers. When they begin to peel away from you and don't recommend you again for anything of repute and respect, it will be your own doing. It will be your own doing. If I remember well, that day, Ambassador Kanda was the Director of State Protocol at the time. And when he was running me through a lot of the protocol stuff that exists, I was ready to learn. And I survived at the presidency because every day was a learning process for me. I kept learning every day. I kept learning every day. I kept learning every day. And I learned a lot of things. Unfortunately, people got opportunities and joked with it at the presidency. Today, KOKU Anyidoho is standing tall in the eyes of well-meaning and well-thinking people. And you are running the lines and you are jealous and you think that you can destroy the Atta-Mills Institute. You can't. And you shall not succeed in destroying, because what I know God has given me. What you don't know, that's it. You better go and learn. And so, all these international trips and seeing presidents respect President Mills, stand up for him, you know, just as he's approaching. And I cannot forget how at one of the General Assemblies, UN General Assemblies in New York, what happened at a lot of these meetings of presidents is that you have what you call bilaterals. So apart from the main summit or the main meeting, presidents program bilaterals on the sidelines. So they meet on the sides. And with all due respect to all the presidents, so I will not mention names, there was no time that President Mills would travel on those summits and there will not be a queue of colleague presidents wanting to have bilaterals with him. And the humbling experience of sitting through those meetings as the head of communications at the Presidency Republic of Ghana was amazing. Amazing. And one learned. And because President Mills was a teacher himself, after many of those meetings, I would walk up to him and I would seek answers to things that I didn't understand. Because at those meetings, protocol-wise, it is presidents who are having their meeting. Aides and staffers are not allowed to engage verbally. You only pick notes. Unless, of course, your president decides to draw you into the conversation, but it will be unacceptable for you to be with presidents and just think that you can throw your tongue into a discussion, certainly not around President Mills. No, 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 no. It just won't happen. So after many of those meetings, you go and engage, you seek further teaching, understanding. You are open up into doctrines of leadership, statesmanship, governance, law, philosophy, economics, taxation, just name it. And amazing moments. Amazing, amazing, amazing moments. Unique in every sense of the word.